It is not looking good for AOC at all, okay? Drop down below in the comments your best AOC names, all right? And let me know if you guys would ever vote for AOC. Do you guys think AOC is as sharp as a marble, or do you think she's, she could just completely obliterate JD Vance, in a political, run for president? Let me know what you guys think about AOC down below in the comments. Shout out to the King Squad. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe. It's great to see you guys. All the links to support the channel are down below in the description. And share these videos. Let's go.
Must have been stoned out of his mind. Liberal Bill Maher must have been stoned out of his mind when he said that squad leader AOC would make a fantastic candidate for president.
Yikes.
If she had some deprogramming, she could be such a fantastic candidate.
What do you mean deprogramming?
She's never going to resonate with people outside of the bubble that she lives in the very, very far left.
Well,
the only way the Democrats will ever win again, not that the Republicans are probably going to give it back, is to be more moderate.
And now AOC is showing off how she'll lose all 50 states by going the full 20 on an 80-20 issue. She's celebrating Transgender Awareness Week. Kennedy, I forgot to wish you happy Transgender Awareness Week.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome.
How
are you celebrating?
I shaved my beard just in time for the show.
Oh, you look great.
Oh, thank you. How am I celebrating? I love watching the left cannibalize itself. I really, really do. I do not wish progressives any luck in elections. I'm terrified for the reign of Zohran Mamdani here in New York. It has emboldened people like AOC. The most interesting thing is watching her triangulate on whether or not one of her fellow progressives should primary Hakeem Jeffries, because now she has to be a little bit more of a mainstream Democrat if she wants to run for president in 2028. That means
I don't think AOC stands a chance, quite frankly, okay? And AOC strikes me as just like a narcissist, kind of a bit of a lunatic. And yeah, I mean, she was already so far left as it is. And they're just, the Democrats have shown us their true colors, and it's just socialism and communism and destruction. And every time they get mad, buildings burn down and people get deleted. I just don't think they have the right mindset to be dealing with foreign leaders and run the country. Okay. And so when you talk about AOC in a position of power and being the president, well, no. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. It gets worse.
she cannot serve Democrat leadership, especially if the guy who's going to primary him will probably lose and Hakeem Jeffries will stay exactly where she is. I don't think that there is a way to reprogram a progressive. I think, unfortunately, that it is an orthodoxy and a mental virus that takes over any rational component of a person's executive function. Therefore, she cannot be the head of the executive branch.
Facts. And another thing, too, is like, you know, with the Democrats, they came up with the COVID shot and everything like that. I think they would come up with like a like I can imagine AOC coming up with a TDS shot, you know, a Trump derangement syndrome shot. OK, now that the Democrats are in power, everybody has to get a TDS shot. You're only allowed to consume a liberal left wing mainstream media. Fox News is no longer allowed. OK, and anybody who opposes us will be, you know, will be silenced and censored. Okay, for eternity. So it just seems like it would be ran like a communist country. Okay, we would just be a communist country at that point if AOC got in power. You see who the Democrats are pedestalizing, and it's Zohran Mamdani, Hakeem Jeffries, AOC, Jasmine Crockett. That's the best you guys got. I don't think the Democrats are fit to be in any type of power, and I really, judging from how the Democrats, you know, have moved since President Trump has been elected, it's like it's like there's something not right upstairs. Let me know if you guys see that. Do you think AOC has it all together upstairs? Let me know your thoughts down below.
Harold, is AOC presidential timber?
I don't know. I think that what Bill, was trying to say, she could be, but I think what he was trying to say is you can't connect with everybody in the country if you have these views that are so outside of where the mainstream is. She clearly has some of the attributes. She's smart. She's popular. She's well known in the country. That when I say popular, well known is what I really mean. But I was listening to someone today who wrote a book on RFK, and he talked about how Robert F. Kennedy, and he said, not Robert F. Kennedy Jr., but the Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, and he said, you know, one of the things that he was great about was he admitted when he made mistakes. He talked about policy errors and things he could grow on. I think about my time in politics. You said something to me the other day. I didn't support term limits when I got to Congress. I now am a massive supporter of term limits. I tried to give myself space all the time to grow. I was not totally for charter schools and vouchers when I got to Congress. I've since changed. I've gone so far as I think we need massive federal involvement. We got to take it from the locals because they're not doing a good enough job. I used to think we should lower taxes on certain businesses. Once I got to Congress, I learned better, and my private sector experience has got me to think about this even differently. She should do the same. And if you're willing to grow and show that you have space to grow, voters will reward you. That would be her lane to get there.
I've changed my position on filet of fish. I always thought it was gross, but now Trump's saying it's good if you add a little more tartar. I might try it tonight.
Delightful.
What are your thoughts on Harold Ford Jr., by the way? Okay, do you guys prefer Harold Ford Jr. over Jessica Tarlov? Do you think Harold Ford Jr. has less Trump derangement syndrome? Would you guys even say that Harold Ford Jr. has any TDS at all? I certainly would, but let me know what you guys think down below. I always prefer Harold Ford Jr. over Jessica Tarlov, okay? But he even has his moments as well, so there's that. But he definitely has a lot more, a tad bit more common sense than TDS Jessica Tarlov, okay? And that's that.
I don't know what that tastes like. Demonization of business, demonization of corporations. That's what I think of when I think of AOC. She does a lot of that. I have a very hard time with somebody who is highly critical of the biggest taxpayers in New York City. That's a problem, I would say, going forward. On transgender rights, where is she on women? Why does she not hold a press conference? Why are these Democrats not out there trying to protect these girls who are fighting for themselves without adults in the room standing up for them? In our Fox News poll on this past election night, we asked voters about transgender rights and if they've gone too far. Half of respondents think that transgender rights and this issue in this country has gone too far. If she wants to run on that, I don't know if that's presidential material.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox.
And there we have it. That's that, okay? Yeah, I don't think AOC has in her to run the country. I think the Democrats just reek of desperation, quite frankly. And just when you thought it was safe to Bill Maher again, let that sink in. But yeah, you know, it's like AOC. When I think of AOC, I think of, you know, she wants to make sure everyone has enough drinkable air, you know, that kind of thing. It's like AOC, you just know she just doesn't have it all together. It's like you get a chilling feeling like, oh my gosh, AOC having a say-so over the quality of my life? Yikes. You know, do I hate myself? No. So I wouldn't want that, okay? And another thing is, like, you see with the Democrats, they want to continue dividing people. They want to delete people, divide people, and keep people just kind of confused and focused on everything that just does not benefit the American people together. So it's so funny that they're the party of, you know, acceptance and tolerance and peace and love and all that kind of stuff. But all we see from them is chaos and confusion and death and destruction. Okay, the sabotage of the nation. It's like they want to remake the Titanic with America. Okay, so that's that. The United States. I just think that AOC would, you know, finalize that. Like she would, you know, hit the last nail in the coffin kind of thing when I think of AOC. But that, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Okay, I just think that AOC for president is a good joke. That was all the humor I needed for today. All right, that was hilarious, scary. Okay, you scared the crap out of me, but yeah, hilarious. Okay, I don't think AOC, you know, is the smartest person in the room. And Kamala Harris, there's even talk of Ku Klux Kamala Harris running again for president. And I'm like, wow, have you not learned, like, from the first time? Like, what happened, Kamala? You know, they were literally throwing up Megan Thee Stallion, and Joe Biden was over here, you know, stuttering and falling around all over the place and going on vacation. I just think that the American people ultimately are just fed up with the Democrats, quite frankly. They're tired of the Democrats. And we see what the Democrats want, and all you have to do is take a look at New York City, take a look at California, take a look at New Jersey, take a look at Boston, Massachusetts, I believe, as well, is like super liberal over there, if I'm not mistaken. Drop down below in the comments where you guys are from, like, you know, what country you're from, what city you're from. Let me know down below in the comments where the King Squad family is from. I always look forward to seeing what you guys have to say in the comments. And yeah, that's all for this video, you guys. Shout out to the King Squad. Smash the like button, hit subscribe. We will be launching Christmas merch soon. And yeah, that's all for this video. Thank you for any and all donations. All the links to support the channel are down below in the description. Peace.